I'm not a veteran, but I was raised by a veteran. One of the traditions I was raised with is going to our local cemetery and putting flags on the veterans' graves for Memorial Day. Last year, a few days before Memorial Day, like I always do, I went to the cemetery with flags for the veterans' graves. This time I had a new helper along, my 4-year-old grandson, Philip. I showed him where his great-grandfather was buried and told him about how he had been in the Army and fought in World War II. I helped him put the flag next to the gravestone, and then he looked up at me, a little confused, and said,
"I didn't know him, Grandpa. Did you? And why are we putting a flag next to him?"
Well, I got a lump in my throat and had to pause a few moments before I answered him. I said, "Yes, I knew him, and I know that he never got to know you either. But I can tell you something about him. He was a man, he was a good man. He served his country and he loved life. He always said the things that matter are God and country and doing right. We put a flag beside his stone so folks will know he's not alone. He gave his country years of his best. That's why we honor where he rests. Then we put flags next to all the veterans' graves in our little cemetery. When we were finished, my grandson looked up at me and asked,
"Grandpa, did you know all these people? And were they all in the Army with Great-Grandpa?"
I said, "No, I only knew some of them, and only a few of them were in the same war with your great-grandpa. There are veterans buried here who served in many different wars as far back as the Civil War. But even though I didn't know many of them, there is something I can tell you about all of them. Most people say that war is evil. Now I'm not here to disagree, but some are called and serve with honor. They are the reason that we live free. We put a flag beside their stone so folks will know they're not alone. They gave their country years of their best. That's why we honor where they rest. We put a flag beside their stone so folks will know they're not alone. They gave their country years of their best. That's why we honor where they rest. That's why we honor